Good afternoon and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium for today's Girls Varsity Lacrosse game as your Whalers host the Nauset Warriors in another edition of Cape and Islands League Lacrosse. I am Chris Morris, the voice of Whaler Sports here on the NSC and NCTV. We've got a great crew today alongside us. Pavlin Alexiev will be your eyes on the field. As gray as it may seem outside, he will get you all the action. We've got Sophia Reese and Charles in charge. I got to congratulate Charles on a phenomenal production of last night's magical moment out at the Nantucket Golf Club before we get to anything. What a great celebration of our Whalers student athletes and students in general, just an incredible array of students. We'll get into that a little bit more as well, but I do want to just take a second and congratulate him. He was the director of that proceedings, and what a magical and beautiful celebration it certainly was. And again, we will get into some congratulations because we've got one of the winners sitting playing lacrosse today. Fantastic stuff. Sophia Reese has called a couple of the games. She's back with us from a little hiatus and a former Whaler player of lacrosse, so great to have her along here as well. The Whalers riding a 9-game win streak into today's tilt against Nauset. The Warriors are streaking as well after a rough start to the season. They have kind of flipped the script on their season. They've won 6 in a row tonight. They're 7-4 overall. We've got all the game previews coming up here in a second, but I do want to take a moment and thank our founding underwriter for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcasts. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Athletics.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you see, the girls continuing their pregame warm-ups. We're about 10 minutes away from the opening draw here, but I do want to take another second here and recognize our incredible evening of Nantucket High School students over at the Nantucket Golf Club and through the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They awarded their annual scholarships last night. Just a magical moment. Again, they have 2 divisions, the professional, which is sort of vocational awards, and they just award everyone of those finalists renewable scholarship. So congratulations to all those students. I won't get into the list because you can find it on the socials. We talked about it last night. And then the actual big Nantucket scholar was awarded last night to 2 incredible students. Danielle Lewis was awarded a full ride, and she's heading off to MIT. And our Whalers Girls Lacrosse co-captain, Maya Johnson, also won a full ride to her school, and she is still undecided as to where she's going. So congratulations to Maya Johnson. Brian and Fiona, fantastic parents, just a great family of Whaler student athletes, man. They bleed as blue as it gets here for Nantucket, and congratulations to her and her family, and just a great job by Tommy Brissett, the host, of course. Michael Kozer brought tears to everybody's eyes with, he himself getting a little choked up there talking about Gabby Gavin Smith, again, another one of our lacrosse players and basketball players. Just if you did not get a chance to see it, obviously you can jump on YouTube. I believe that's on our NCTV YouTube, and I'm sure it will be looped in again on the channel as well. So stay tuned for that if you want to catch up on that. But just a great Whalers night over at the Nantucket Golf Club. So again, thank you to all of those involved, and again, a great production. So congrats to Charles Douglas and the crew for putting on a good show and capturing a special moment. Certainly, Whaler pride indeed was well represented last night out at the golf club. Back to the moment at hand. If you would have asked new head coach coming in after replacing Jamie Lower, who will go down again as one of the legendary coaches, period, in Whalers athletics, that she was going to start the season 9-0, I guarantee she would have taken that bet. But here we are. They have won 9 in a row, including their opening game against this very Nauset Warrior team, a come-from-behind victory, 3-0. They were down in a matter of minutes, and they came back to defeat the Warriors 10-9, and it was off island. So just an incredible reflection of the character that Coach Brown has inherited here. And they have also taken care of business against the quote-unquote inferior teams. They've posted double-digit goals in every game. But again, Coach Brown immediately recognizes and gives her props to the defense. And that is where championships are built. They've got a defensive mindset that is unlike any other, certainly in our league. And it all starts in net with goalie Ella Douglas, who seems much more comfortable in her own skin in net. She has absolutely stepped up to the plate and provided multiple games of double-digit saves, including 15 saves, or 11 saves, I should say, against Nauset in the first meeting. But she's not alone on defense, certainly. And again, it is led by that aforementioned Maya Johnson, who is absolutely ball hawking. She's very intelligent, has a huge IQ for the lacrosse game, and can turn defense into offense in the transition. You do not have to clear it. You just get the ball to Maya Johnson, and she will be the one who will get it across. She has been the best athlete on the field in every game so far. So every game except one. We've got a number 15 on the other side that's a pretty good athlete that we'll talk about here as well. So Maya's going to have her hands full, or feet full, certainly today to keep up with number 15, Julia Kipperman, which, again, we'll talk about here. Speaking of the scoring, Dylan Damian, who just surpassed 100 goals scored last week or a couple weeks ago, leads the squad in overall points, but Grace Hanlon and sophomore Louisa Benny all have over 25 goals. So 3 goal scorers, legit bona fide goal scorers for the Whalers, and they will obviously have to keep their execution at a high level today to keep up with this Nauset Warrior team, who comes in looking much better, and both teams looking much better than they did in that first meeting, but it'll certainly be a stiffer test than was off island. For Nauset, again, a tale of 2 seasons so far, as they began the season 1-4. But it has been the exceptional play of Julia Kipperman, now a senior. She has been a starter since 8th grade, much like we had with Bailey Lower. The Warriors have now won 7 games in a row, and Kipperman is having one of those runs where the net seems as big as a house. She's coming off Cape Cod Times Player of the Week honors after scoring 26 goals in 3 games. She just surpassed the 300 goal scored plateau, and they are coming off a huge win over Falmouth. 9-8 was the final score, and of course Kipperman scored the game winner late in that game. She's been an absolute menace to opponents, and for head coach Heather Stevens, it's a gift to actually play or to coach a player like her, and she has certainly built the offense around Kipperman and her talents. But again, didn't necessarily equate to wins early on, but her team is now firing on all cylinders, setting up what should be a very, very competitive and fierce game here today. Nauset looking for some early season revenge. The Whalers coming in looking to keep pace with Sandwich and stay atop the league standings again as defending league champions, looking to get up another banner and spend some of that hard-earned money that the Whalers athletic department has here. We've got it coming right up here. Stay with us. We're going to take one more quick break. Hopefully those that are here are dressed warmly because it is a blustery, cold Nantucket Gray Lady afternoon, but we're going to heat it up with some great Cape and Islands League girls lacrosse. So stay with us. We'll be right back with the opening draw and a great game. 48 minutes on the clock. The Whalers taking on the Warriors.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation, but you guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot.
It runs it. It's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it by.
Voting is open. Thank you very much.
My mark, get my mark, get your mark.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
He's got it! He's got it!
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot. Score! Jack Halleck.
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
First hoop. Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp. Well, welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the girls are officially doing their stick checks here as we get all set up for a great Cape and Islands League matchup between your Nantucket Whalers and the Nauset Warriors. And the Whalers come in on a streak of 9 wins in a row to begin things. The Warriors come in playing 11 games. They've won 7 of those games. The Whalers do have the advantage, having won off-island against the Warriors already in league play, again trying to defend their 2025 league title and continue their exceptional play throughout the last 5 years, really, even 6 years, including some Final Four visits, Elite Eights, and playoffs for 5 years in a row. And they are in good position already. Again, the first rankings came out yesterday, which, of course, all of you have now studied and broken down. The girls lacrosse team comes in at number 7. So as long as they can stay in that top 8, that will certainly, as long as no upsets happen, mean we get a couple of games here at Vito Capizzo Stadium before we may have to take our show on the road if they continue to win, which we hope they, of course, they do. Nauset plays in Division 3, but they are number 17. Actually, both their boys and girls squads are number 17 in Division 3. We did bump up a couple of teams. Our softball team and baseball team also are in Division 3, so being outside the top 32, they'll have to hope to get that 500 or better record because they are, there's just a lot of teams in Division 3 in baseball and softball. Softball comes in around 68, I believe it was, and baseball was 51. So kind of down the line, but a lot of games still to be played. Again, Coach Pearson for the baseball squad will be off island tomorrow along with the boys lacrosse team. They go over and play Old Rochester, which will be a good test at another Division 3 team as Coach Aloisi gets his team ready for the final push of the second half of the season. As all of you watched right before you tuned into the Golf Club Scholarship Awards, the boys took care of business against who was it last night that we Barnstable? I got the games confused. Against Barnstable, again, a Division I team, but having a bit of a tough season. And led by Aaron Hanlon and Nolan Moskrop, they each scored 5 goals apiece, matching their season high totals for goals scored in a game. And seemed in control of the game despite it being 6-3 at the half. The Whalers busted it out in that third quarter, really opened it up and solidified things. Only allowed 1 goal, and that was a minute left on a nifty little behind-the-back goal from one of the Barnstable players. But other than that, it was complete domination for about 2.5 quarters anyways. Barnstable scored on a couple of man-up opportunities, and then they were shut out for about a quarter and a half as we get all set up to play here. Again, this should be a very competitive game. Both teams coming in on good winning streaks, solid winning streaks. Nauset, again, with Julia Kipperman, number 15, as you can see her in the pink shoes walking towards the X here. She will be the one to watch. She's an absolute dominating goal scorer, very good athlete, very intelligent, and has been playing at the varsity level since 8th grade. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, last year she scored 7 goals against the Whalers here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. So we will be calling her number often, I am sure. And again, Coach Stevens, rightfully so, runs the offense through number 15, who is now a senior. She will be off to Merrimack College, so that is Division I lacrosse coming up next year. So best of luck to her and her future. Hopefully she has an off game today. As we are all set to go here, 12 minutes on the clock. Whalers Nation, are you ready? We are. Girls lacrosse underway here as Kipperman scoops and will get the first possession of the game to the Whalers. Quick pass as the Warriors get it set up. Again, good defensive pressure will be the key to today's game as the Whalers open up with a little bit of zone coverage. And Grace Hanlon draws Kipperman duties to begin the game. Again, Ella Douglas in her second full year in net for the Whalers has had some really good games, double-digit saves, and a lot of those. Ball down, nice defensive pressure. Picked up. Good job by the Whalers shuffling their feet, not drawing a whistle. As the Warriors, nice job by Grace Hanlon to jump that pass. Kipperman now controls and eases into it. She makes a move, spins around a couple of defenders. Unable to gain an advantage. Here's Maya Johnson behind the net. Good job by the Whalers defenders. Ball down and may make it all the way. It does, and Whalers force a turnover. Good job by the defensive unit to start things off. Here come the Whalers back the other way. Rowan Paul. Little physicality, nothing called. And the Warriors force a turnover, and that's going to be a whistle. That'll go or continue with Nauset. That was Lucy Powers getting the clear. Pass goes across. Nice catch. Zoe Bassett on the run now. Pass deflected. Goes all the way through. That's Kapka Thompson trying to run it down. Number 9, along with Dylan Damian. Whistle stops play. And the Whalers will get it. Oh, ball down. Whistle stops it. That's actually Alex Weisentanner. Excuse my French there. Whalers advance it across midfield and get it into the offensive end. Errant pass, run down, nicely done. Whistle stops play and gives it back to Nauset. So a couple of turnovers here for both teams to begin the game as we approach 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score. Double team around midfield. And looked like Hanlon got a stick in there. Here's Kipperman, however. She will jog it into the offensive end. And Nauset will get it set up here for another possession. Kipperman makes a move, shot, and a whistle. Douglas was up to the task, but it'll be Kipperman with a run in from the 8s, where she is absolutely lethal. Let's see if the Whalers can get in and disturb things here. Here's a first test for Ella Douglas. Kipperman runs in. Save made by Douglas. Whistle, and Kipperman will get another chance. Whew. Douglas was able to get a foot up, and you can see Kipperman winding up from straight on. Shot, score. Just almost not fair, but Julia Kipperman, as you can see on the replay, just wound it up. Oh, Douglas was just a millisecond too late. She knew it. Seemed like her reactions were to go that way, but unable to get the big net over in time. So Kipperman scores the first goal of the game with 7:48 to go here in the first quarter. Again, the Whalers rallied from 3 goals down in their first meeting off island and have come back from 6 goals down already this season. They were down 6 goals to St. John Paul off island in the second half and rallied to win that game in overtime. An amazing game. Again, one of those character building type games for Coach Brown, as she has not lost as a coach here in a Whalers jersey. Kipperman unable to control it cleanly. But it looks like they're going to reset it here. Louisa Benny battling with Kipperman here for the draw. It has been a great spring sports season here so far. Baseball with a winning record. Softball competitive in most of their games. They picked up another win on Monday. Here's Kipperman with another draw control. A little physicality by the Whalers. And Kipperman gives it up. She gets her normal stick back now. Zoe Bassett back to number 12, Sophia Callahan. And here's number 25, Megan Sullivan with a run. Good defense by Weisentanner on the far side. Great job, double team, good switch. Here's Johnson, hounding. Pass goes in, off Kipperman's stick. Johnson gives chase, unable to get to it. Good job by number 19 for the Warriors. Zoe Bass. Run. Will draw another whistle. As Hanlon slightly too physical there. Powers runs in. Shot wide of the goal. Douglas may have gotten a piece of it. And another whistle. As the girls' game definitely much different than the boys as far as physicality and penalties. There's Powers again, runs in, shot, and another score. Lucy Powers scores from the 8, and the Whalers are now down 2-0, much like they were off island against this team. Again, it's tough when you do not have possessions. It's all about possessions in the girls' game, and Julia Kipperman, number 15, on the draw controls, really can turn the tide of the game and keep it going their way. They are now up 2-0 with 5:51 to go. And they have taken advantage of those free runs from the 8 with 2 goals scored off of whistles. Kipperman again, right to herself, as Louisa Benny basically concedes and gets it back. Ball down now. Whalers got to grab these, but Kipperman first to the ball. Gets it over to Powers. That was Kapka Thompson. She gets it back. Circles back. Good defense. Again, Maya Johnson in the middle of things here. And whistle will stop play. As the Warriors will get another run, this one from the 12-meter. The Whalers have a much better chance. Anaya Tucker, junior, number 13, with the opportunity from the 12s. Pass goes in, deflected away, and Whalers come away with it. Louisa Benny backs it out, and we'll try and get it clear. Here's Maya Johnson. Let's watch her do her work. She just sprints through the Nauset defense and clears it herself. Johnson on the run. Whalers with numbers. Pass over. Damian fakes. Oh, just off the stick and quickly back the other way come the Warriors. Good opportunity. There's Rowan Paul looking for it just off her stick, and here comes Kipperman. Mad Myers trying to keep up and provide some defense. Kipperman stalls and trips. Kicked ahead by Maya Johnson as three bodies collide. Grace Hanlon called for a 2-minute slash. She also got a yellow card. So if she gets another one of those, the Whalers will have to play the rest of the game without Grace Hanlon and without that player. So they will be a player down for the rest of the game. So Grace Hanlon's going to have to be careful here. She will sit for 2 minutes. So a penalty kill opportunity or challenge here for the Whalers, already down 2-0 with 3:46 to go here in the first quarter. Kipperman gets the pass and sends a tough one over and intercepted. Whalers on the run. Kipperman gives a little nudge to Sophia Sullivan, who is unable to connect with a Whaler player. Ground ball down. And dug out by Damien. Whalers working shorthanded. Yep. Whistle keeps the ball with Damien. Again, no advantage, though. And a shield there by the Warriors. Good cut through here as Damien continues. Ball down. Whalers have been a little sloppy on offense to begin the game here as they have another turnover. Madeline Kuroko trying to get things going here for the Warriors, and they will get the clear out to midfield. Pass goes over to Bassett. Bassett sprints in, denied access to the center of the field. And good shield by Maya Johnson. Pass is deflected, ball down, intercepted. Whalers come back the other way. Louisa Benny, number 31, on the run. Oh, Damien unable to catch it cleanly. Or actually, Rowan Paul, number 20, excuse me. So the Warriors have dominated possession here. They hold a 2-0 lead with 30 seconds left on the penalty. They get it over to Kipperman here at the 12s. Stutter step. Triple teamed, and the Warriors turn it over. Kipperman with a rare mistake there. Alex Weisentanner goes up against Kipperman. Pass back to Maya Johnson. Always a wise move. And Johnson on the run. Here's Louisa Benny. Whalers have numbers if they want it. Up ahead, Paul. And a whistle stops play. The Whalers will have an opportunity with Rowan Paul from the 12-meter mark. Clock continuing to run down to 1:20. Paul looking, passing in front, caught, and a hit to the face as Louisa Benny holds her face mask. She will now get a run in from the 8s here for the Whalers, who killed off the penalty nicely without even giving up a shot. And here's an opportunity to get back in this game. Down 2-0. Here's Benny, runs in. Shot, scores! Louisa Benny finds the net for the Whalers. And just like that, they are back in it with 56 seconds to go. An opportunity from the 8s, and Louisa Benny battles through a couple of defenders to find her first goal of the afternoon. Good job, as you can see on the replay, of Benny just staying with it, keeping that ball high, and was able to get it by goaltender Nora Swanson, the senior. And Again, the Whalers showed some good character there, down a player. No problem. Give it to Maya Johnson. She knows what to do with it. And finally, the Whalers find the net here with just 56 seconds left here in the first quarter to make it a 2-1 game. Again, Kipperman and Benny in the center of the circle. Ball down, but Kipperman easily controls again. Tough pass, and that'll be a turnover on the on the Warriors. Maya Johnson runs it down, and she will put it in here. And takes off like a lightning bolt down the field. No one will stop number 9 heading into the offensive end. Whalers on the run. Pass over. Damian working, and will back it out. Tip pass all the way in, gets to Swanson. And she launches one for Kipperman. Down on the ground, Kipperman kicks it, but is the first to get to it, and an easy scoop. Warriors on the run. Kipperman with a head of steam. Shot, scores right at Douglas's feet. And Julia Kipperman shows why she has a 300-goal-plus career with a perfectly placed shot right at the feet of Douglas with just 4 seconds to go. Beats the clock and gives the Warriors another 2-goal lead at 3-1. She has scored 2 of the 3 goals. That's the first goal scored in this game, not via an 8-meter. With just 4.7 seconds to go here. Something's going to have to happen in a hurry before that first quarter horn. But the Whalers did a good job not getting down more than just 3-1 here. Battling through a player down for over 2 minutes. And once again, Kipperman will just hang on to it. And that will do it for the first quarter. Good quarter overall, again, as we expected, 3-1. The Warriors with the lead here after 1. We'll be back with the second quarter of action. Julia Kipperman scored twice, but she's been held in check overall. Louisa Benny got the Whalers on the board via an 8-meter run. We'll be back with the second quarter from Vito Capizzo Stadium.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Yes, sir!
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we get ready for quarter number 2. Whalers down 3-1 after the first quarter. Lone goal scored by Nantucket's Louisa Benny, couple by Julia Kipperman and Lucy Powers. Also scored for the Warriors off the 8-meter. And it has been the Julia Kipperman show on the draw control. She grabs another one, and the Warriors are in business with another offensive set here. Ball down. Good job by Weisentanner. And it'll be a free run now for Kapka Thompson from the 12-meter. A little too much from Weisentanner. Pass goes through, ball down. And maybe they'll reset it. All right, reset for Thompson. Shot hits the post and bounds all the way back out as Quinn Canty, who's now in the game, gathers it. She makes a move around a Warriors defender, and Canty's on the run. Double teamed, and the ball goes down, but a whistle will stop play there and get it back to Quinn Canty's stick. Good job by the Whalers there. A little fortunate with the shot going off the post. Here's Schroeder. Over to Damien. And here's Grace Hanlon. Good pass inside off the stick of Canty. No call. A little surprise there. Or actually, Rowan Paul again. Canty unable to keep up, and here's the Warriors on the run. Barreling in is number 25, Megan Sullivan. And the Warriors get it set up here. And good defense by Hanlon. She's got to be careful, though, already with a yellow card. Can't get too physical with things. Thompson. And here's Maya Johnson on the run. Good job on defense. A little thievery by Johnson and Hanlon as she makes a move around a Warrior defender. Ridden. And finally a whistle. Great individual effort by number 9. And she will get an opportunity here from the 8s to bring the Whalers back to within 1. Senior co-captain Maya Johnson runs in. Shot scores! Maya Johnson with the second goal of the game for the Whalers. Have a look-see at the replay. No chance. Perfectly placed shot at the feet of Nora Swanson. And Maya Johnson, the senior, continues her great play. Despite being a defender, she is a weapon on offense as well with 9:09 to play here in the second quarter. Whalers right back in it at 3-2. Again, they have not won a draw control here this afternoon, so kudos again to their defensive unit. Canty gets a piece of it, and Louisa Benny now at first draw control. I unjinxed myself. I reverse jinxed us and said we weren't going to win it, and we did. Here's Grace Hanlon on the run, trying to weave through a couple of defenders. She'll back it out and get the Whalers set up here. Nice catch by Dylan Damien. As the Whalers get some motion going here, Hanlon with a screen. Damien sprinting, gets a chance, shot, save made. Here's a deep pass, and misjudged by Mad Myers. Here's Kipperman on the run. They've got numbers. Do the Warriors. Kipperman doing her thing. Approaching 8 minutes to play here. Weaving her way through and finally getting a whistle. That'll be a clock stoppage, so could be another penalty. Trying to defend herself unsuccessfully. Was Finley Hurley, number 28. Just a freshman. And here's another big test for Ella Douglas. It'll be Megan Sullivan from the 8s, waiting the whistle. Shot. Save made by Ella Douglas. And running it down before it goes out of bounds is Grace Hanlon. Nice stick handling there to get to it. Here's Weisentanner. Behind the net, chased by a couple of Nauset defenders and draws a whistle. Kipperman, the guilty party. Great job on the save here as you see the Whalers still trying to get the clear. Maya Johnson doing her thing already to midfield. Pass goes over the head, but Canty able to get to it. Pass in front. Schroeder scores! Quinn Canty with a great pass. Schroeder on the doorstep. Hammers it home. And we've got ourselves a brand new ball game with 7:14 to go here in the second quarter. Again, Whalers showing that character, that poise. A 2-goal deficit, no problem. Man down, no problem. It really is just a testament to Coach Brown and her continuing to improve the Whalers, and their defense has been the key. Maya Johnson doing her thing. She's already scored a goal and has cleared the ball for the Whalers very effectively. And Quinn Canty inserted into the lineup here by Coach Brown with an immediate impact. She'll pick up an assist on that Schroeder goal. Ball down, but scooped easily by Kipperman, who will look to pass here. Gets it over to Kapka Thompson. Thompson was sprinting into the zone. And the Warriors with another possession here. That's number 16, Samantha Curley there, giving it up to Thompson, who makes a move. Denied. Good job by Maya Johnson. Tip ball down. Quickly scooped up by the Warriors. Nice catch off the grass. And there's another errant pass through. Kipperman there to save the possession. Face guarded by Madden Myers. Powers. Again, another tip pass. Good job by the Whalers. Sticks getting in those passing lanes. Powers with Kipperman. Hits the post. Warriors get it back. Shot. Scores. I believe that was number 9. Kapka Thompson. Let's take a look at the replay. Pretty sure, yep, Kapka Thompson just got it past Douglas, who was in position for the save, but the goal scored by the Warriors gives them the lead once again. 6:06 to play here in the second, but it is a brand new ball game. 4-3, the Warrior lead. And still 5 seconds left. Again, the Warriors with a player up, taking advantage. As the freshman Finley Hurley, he awaits her chance to get back on the field. Just 5 seconds to play to left in her penalty. A misty, blustery afternoon here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, but we have got some great Cape and Islands League lacrosse here. As Powers gets the Warriors the possession. And here's Sophia Callahan. Off the stick, ball down. Hanlon was there and picked up by the Warriors. Shot and a score. There is that number 15, Julia Kipperman, in the right place at the right time. A bit of a gift there as she got one right in front of Douglas, and Ella Douglas with basically no chance. that close in, as Coach Brown going to take a time out here and talk it over as the Warriors score 2 times in a row to make it a 5-3 game after the Whalers had battled back. We'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV. Come on back, 5:39 to play here in the second quarter. First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler! ¡Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by...
I want to welcome you back to the misty Vito Capizzo Stadium. Coach Brown from the Whalers calling timeout after her team gives up 2 straight goals after the Whalers had tied it. So the Warriors now up 5-3. Julia Kipperman's already got 3 of those tallies. Kapka Thompson, Lucy Powers also have scored. Grace Schroeder, Maya Johnson, and Louisa Benny, the 3 goal scorers for Nantucket. 5:39 to play here in the second quarter. Kipperman with another draw control. Gives it up quickly. Good sprint ahead. Maya Johnson denying and sprinting ahead and picking it up cleanly on defense. Great athleticism by Maya Johnson. Look how far ahead she is. She can run it in again here. Makes a move. Shot. Save made. Ball still loose though. Oh, denied in front. Great job. Let the Whalers come away with it. Quinn Canty with another possession save. And gets it over to Schroeder. Whalers can work it here. Dylan Damian. Looking for a cutter behind the net. Makes a run through. Couple of defenders. Damian shot. Save made. As Dylan Damian went down, no whistle. Not sure how that happens, but play continues as Powers loses it. Hanlon able to scoop it. As it looks like Maya Johnson limping off here. Got to hope she is okay because she is a key cog here in the Whalers' attack. Whalers will put it in play here. Looks like maybe just a cramp. Let's hope it's just a cramp as Grace Hanlon advances into the offensive end inside the 12s, draws a whistle. Put the Whalers offsides. So now the Warriors take over. Kokoro hounded by Carly Ray. Knocks it loose, and, a whistle called. Ray does not agree with the call. she's got to get behind. And referee a little picky there as Carly Ray tries to discuss her point. And she gets in there and deflects the ball away, and the Whalers force another turnover. Benny, who has a goal this afternoon, gives it up to Grace Hanlon. Whalers down 5-3, 3.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Hanlon backs it out looking for some cutters. Denied at the 8, triple teamed. Here's Dylan Damian, top of the zone. And good activity in front. Here's a nice little play. Shot and a score! Louisa Benny from Dylan Damian. A beautiful play. 2 cutters simultaneously go through the lane. Let's see if we've got the replay on that. As you can see, the cutters go through. Paul goes through. Damian gets some space, or Benny gets some space and hammers it home. Just a beautifully executed play by the Whalers, and they make it a 5-4 game with 3:10 to play here in the second quarter. And it looks as if Maya Johnson's okay again, just battling a little bit of a cramp here. Hopefully she can get some water or some liquids and get back in this thing. But the Whalers score a goal without her. One of the best athletes that the Whalers have. And here's Benny against Kipperman in the circle. Benny gets a piece of it, but Kipperman sprints ahead and loses it. Ball down, Whalers get to it. Madden Myers gets it slapped away. And the Warriors retain possession. This one off the stick. Quickly recovered. (5-4) with 2:40 to play here. Whalers need a stop here, try and get back in this thing and tie it up. Little give and go, evading one, shot goes in, score! Douglas looked in position, but number 12, Sophia Callahan, able to find the net for the Warriors as they have gotten some offense from others than Julia Kipperman. I mean, Kipperman's got 3 already. But the lead swells back to a 2-goal advantage at 6-4 with 2:29 to play here in the first half. A battle of 2 playoff ranked teams here. The Warriors number 17 in Division 3. The Whalers number 7 in Division 4. The lone undefeated team in Division 4. And they have already played Nauset once and St. John Paul. So not necessarily a cupcake schedule, certainly. But this one certainly will be another stiff test here as the Whalers try and come from behind. Tough pass caught. Hanlon going to have to be careful, though. She's already got a yellow card screen there by Sullivan. Looked like a little physical for high school girls, and another whistle will stop play here. Will be a run in just outside the 12s. And that was before the whistle, so that'll be a turnover. Started things before the whistle, did Kapka Thompson. Here's Weisentanner, loses it momentarily. Kipperman hounding, and she goes down, flips it. Sophia Sullivan able to pick it up off the ground, and here's Maya Johnson. Recovered, or Grace Hanlon, I should say. Run in by Carly Ray, pass over, shot above the net. Louisa Benny with that patented sidearm, but the Whalers back to protect the possession. And here's Dylan Damian. She gets a little screen, looking to work. Shot fired off the mark once again. As Schroeder will recover. 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Whalers down 2 goals, 6-4. Once again, Damian in control. Gives it up to Hanlon. Tries to make a move down. Damian unable to scoop it cleanly. And caught. Shot goes wide. Great offensive effort there by Benny, but to no avail. Carly Ray with good face defense there of Jordan 9, number 26. And the clock will run out on the Whalers here in the first half. Very competitive as we expected. 6-4. The Warriors will head to the locker room, or head down to the end of the field, I should say. As the referee gives them a little talking to. Julia Kipperman scored 3 times to lead the Warriors to a 6-4 lead. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV. We've got another half to play here. Whalers going to have to come from behind once again. Yep.
Whenever NCTV covers one of our games, I think it's awesome.
We have been able to capture so much incredible athletic history. It feels like we've been a part of it as much as the kids have been.
What's up?
A lot of people have prior obligations. Maybe they can't make the event, and they still get to watch it and watch a great broadcast, see their kid playing.
It's nice for the parents, grandparents, and family that can't come or are not on the island to be able to see it, even if they can't attend in person. So I think that meant a lot to them.
The technology that we need is it's not cheap. There are certain costs that go into this to make this happen. My hope for the broadcast is to just build the crew numbers, get more students involved, maybe add a few more cameras here and there, but ultimately we're here to grow. The more hands on deck, the better this can be, and ultimately that just comes back to the Nantucket community.
I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. You see a few fans have braved the elements here, and they have been entertained by a very competitive first half. The Warriors actually hold a 2-goal lead, 6-4, behind 3 goals from Julia Kipperman. But as you just saw, Whalers Nation, we are asking for your help. We don't do it very often, but as things go, we are conducting our Snap Raise fundraiser, which is geared and aimed towards the families, the friends, the fellow classmates, if you will, and even the folks that are joining us from Nauset and the other side and our opponents, if you have the means and can help us out, it is a 5013 charitable donation to NCTV as we continue to improve and go well above and beyond a normal game coverage, which sometimes doesn't even have a commentator for high school sports. Certainly doesn't have as much student involvement as we have with multiple student camera operators, multiple student commentators. We've had a couple of guys of our students get in and actually do the production side of things as well. So we are asking for your help. If you have the means and can do so, jump on that QR code, and any little bit will help. Any donation of any sort certainly helps our cause and continues our improvements of our production and brings more and more sports. We've added softball to our spring sports scenario. The fall, we added a couple of soccer games, and we hope to continue to celebrate all of our Whaler student athletes as much as we possibly can. So we, every now and then, need a little bit of help financially to continue our operations and continue improving and getting more and more coverage of our Whaler sports. Again, expanding out our off-island ventures whenever we can, including our incredible trip to Fenway a couple years back and our football playoff up to Nantucket. And hopefully we've got some home games here, but we will travel if the Whalers continue along in the tournament here in the spring season as we get set for the second half of play. Again, Julia Kipperman has the Warriors up a couple of goals here, 6-4. She scored 3 times along with Sophia Callahan, Lucy Powers, and Kapka Thompson. For the Whalers, Louisa Benny scored twice. Maya Johnson, with a great individual effort, scored a goal, and Grace Schroeder also with a goal with a great assist from Quinn Canty. Again, Warriors behind Kipperman get one, and Megan Sullivan finds the net here. Looked like the Whalers were in good position there defensively, but right off the bat, Megan Sullivan, number 25, gives the Warriors their largest lead of the afternoon at 7-4. Right out of the break, Kipperman gives it up to Sullivan, who finds the net behind Douglas, and the Warriors put another goal up on the board as they look to avenge an early season loss. It was the first game of the year for the Whalers, the third game for the Warriors. But they are playing much better now on a 6-game win streak and look much more fluent on offense. It is not just Julia Kipperman today. 4 other goal scorers for the Warriors here this afternoon, looking to break the Whalers' 9-game win streak to start the season. Here's Kapka Thompson. Gives it up. Mad Myers on defense. Good job by her to deny Samantha Curley. Pass goes through. Myers intercepts. Trying to get it up to Quinn Canty. Canty scoops. Whalers on the run. Here's Louise Carly Ray. Ray gives it up. Damien knows what to do with it. Oh, just high on the shot as once again she takes a spill. No whistle. Whalers will retain possession, however. Hanlon goes down, and that should be a whistle. And a free run in from the 8s here for the Whalers. Be a tough angle for number 4, Grace Hanlon, but any run from the 8s provides an opportunity. Hanlon awaits the whistle. 7-4, Warriors with the lead. Hanlon, shot goes wide. Looking for that inside post. The Whalers will put it back in play here. Pass in front, Damien. Had some space, then denied. Double teamed. Tough pass. Good job by Grace Schroeder to back the play up. Disturbed by the Warriors defender, but she stays with it. Schroeder with a little advantage. Tries to pass it in front. Gets all the way to net. And down on the ground now. The Warriors goaltender out of place, but Whalers unable to take advantage. Slipping on that wet grass was Nora Swanson. So the Warriors fortunate there. Hanlon tries to run through two defenders, unable to do so cleanly. And picked out of the air by number 12, Sophia Callahan, as she continues to run forward. Callahan to Sullivan. Sullivan all the way in. Around the net. Shot goes to the side of the net as Ella Douglas will scoop it up here and try and get a clear for Nantucket. Sophia Sullivan spins around Kipperman, and the ball is knocked free by Thompson. Still down. Sullivan looking for some help. Gets it. Benny. Long pass up ahead. Here's Carly Ray. Ray makes a move around one defender. Got an advantage. Shot blocked. Good job by the Warriors defense as Damien once again goes down. No whistle. She is pleading her case to no avail here. The Whalers down 7-4 with 7:49 to go. She claims she was pushed. But the Warriors have possession here, heading the other way. Here's Kipperman. Cross midfield and sprinting ahead. Off the stick. Whalers unable to get to the loose ball. Curley keeps possession. Sophia Sullivan, good defense. Now she's screened. As the Warriors try and work it around here. There's Sullivan, jarred loose. Myers kicks it. Good play by Madden Myers and out of bounds. That'll be the Whalers' ball. Oh, nope. They gave it to Nauset. There's a run in, shot, score. Zoe Bassett with a free run in, and she finds the net to give the Warriors an 8-4 advantage here now with 6:42 to play. Oh. So the goal counts and a penalty after the play here. Louisa Benny will be whistled for the infraction, so she will sit for 2 minutes. And the Whalers will give up a goal and now be down a player, one of their best players, Louisa Benny. Zoe Bassett, just a freshman for the Warriors, scoring the goal. She had a open lane and took advantage. And now the Warriors open up a 4-goal lead with 6:42 to play here in the third. And the Whalers will now play with one less defender. As the mist continues here on a gray lady afternoon from Vito Capizzo Stadium, the Whalers riding a 9-game win streak. The Warriors riding a 6-game win streak. Somebody's streak's going to come to an end here. And right now it has been the Warriors in control of the game as Quincanti runs out of room. And that pass was deflected. And Mad Myers' pass deflected by Kipperman from behind. And she gets in on it and grabs the ball and is on the run for the Warriors. Good hustle to get back on defense by the Whalers. But again, Kipperman and the Warriors, a player up here with 1:20 left on the penalty to Louisa Benny. Lucy Powers, number 10, behind the net. Maya Johnson switches on to her. Jars it loose and hustles in front of the ball. White ball, so good job by Maya Johnson. Good hustle. Still 45 seconds left on the penalty as Johnson will try and sprint ahead. Kipperman forces her out, but called for the penalty. And Kipperman from behind jars it loose and forces a turnover, but good job by the Whalers. Down to 20 seconds left. Kipperman ridden by Maya Johnson there. And Warriors in no rush. Ball down. And the penalty will expire here on Louisa Benny. Sullivan avoids one, loses it, and picked up by Grace Hanlon. And she heads the other way. Hanlon and the Whalers need a goal here to hang in. Hanlon runs in. Denied the right hand, and she will draw a whistle and get a free run from the 8 here. With the Whalers down 4 goals with 4:10 to play here in the third quarter. Hanlon with an opportunity to bring the Whalers back in it. She runs in, shot goes wide. Oh, nice spin, shot, score! Highlight reel stuff from Rowan Paul. The sophomore with a beauty of a goal. She gets it from behind the net, little spin in, and wow, what a nice athletic move by Rowan Paul for the goal. Desperately needed by the Whalers to hang in this thing. They draw back to within 3 with 3:52 to play here in the third. Again, good job by the Whalers defense to deny the Warriors a good opportunity on the penalty to Louisa Benny. And then taking advantage of the turnover with the Rowan Paul score. As Benny tries to battle Kipperman here once again. Hanlon unable to get a stick on it, and here's Kipperman getting it into the offensive end easily. Hanlon providing good defense. Good sell by Samantha Curley there as they get it back outside to Kipperman. She makes a move to avoid one. Good defense by the Whalers. Maya Johnson providing a double team. Pass goes over the head, and out of net comes Ella Douglas and quickly gets it to Maya Johnson. Johnson and Kipperman, a great battle there. And up ahead, nicely done. Here's Herlihy. Herlihy's got a lane along the sideline. Denied. Now looks for a friend, gets it in Louisa Benny. Benny into the offensive end. Whalers can pull back to within 2 with a score here. Canty in front. Shot. Scores! It bounces in. Quinn Canty with another great feed. And Carly Ray picks up the goal for Nantucket. Ray battling a couple of defenders, got it in the feet, and it bounces in for goal number 6. And the Whalers try and battle back from a 4-goal deficit They've got halfway there with still 2:34 to play here in the third. 5 different goal scorers for the Whalers. And again, the Warriors have 6 different goal scorers, so the Whalers defense has forced the issue out of number 15's hands. Julia Kipperman hasn't scored here in the third quarter. Of course, I probably just jinxed that again. And here's a draw control by the Whalers. Benny outracing Kipperman, who can't go over that offensive sideline there. So the Whalers try to pull back to within 1 here on offense once again. Calling out the play. Herlihy, top of the zone. Pass goes in, caught. Oh, and unable to get a clean shot off. But hustling for the possession and keeping it for Nantucket. Good spin in and drawing a whistle. But it goes over to Nauset. Whistle against Nantucket on that play. Ball down, and Carly Ray whistled for the infraction. Carly Ray will have to go behind the offensive player there, Kokoro, who gives it up. Canty with a good denial. And here's Lucy Powers, who gains the zone with a minute to play here in the third. Whalers back to within 2. Behind the net it goes, and a whistle. Stops play as Quinn Canty called for an infraction, apparently a hit to the head. Very late whistle with 56 seconds to go. She'll sit for 2 minutes, so that will play over into the fourth quarter if needed. Sullivan gives it up. Oh, not ready yet. .54 seconds to go. Here in the third quarter, Whalers have tried to battle back a couple of times. They were down by as many as 4, now down just 2 at 8-6. Yeah, they'll have to, there we go. Now they got the player up here as Grace Hanlon comes off the defensive side of things. Here's Kipperman. They clear the alley. She goes one-on-one. Loses it, and a whistle. Will give Kipperman a free run from the 8s. 37 seconds left here in the quarter. The dangerous Julia Kipperman running in from the 8s. Well high, and the Whalers get the ball. Huge play there as Julia Kipperman is almost automatic from that kind of range. Here's Weisentanner. Poked away, but a whistle will give it back to Weisentanner as she looks for some help. Weisentanner quickly up and caught. Benny shoots it wisely, but the Gilman empty. But the Whalers have battled back from a 4-goal deficit to make it a 2-goal deficit as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll take another break here. Whalers got some work to do, but they're right in this. Another great game here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. 8-6, Warriors with the 2-goal lead. Come on back. We've got 12 minutes on the clock.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you see, both teams getting their last bits of information from their coaching staff. 8-6, the Warriors with a 2-goal lead here, and the Whalers will continue for another minute 4 here. Down a player, Quinn Canty, in the penalty box with a hit to the head. That's the 4th Whalers penalty, including a yellow card on Grace Hanlon, but she's done a good job playing defense under control to avoid another card. But the Whalers going to have to battle back from 2 goals down here in the 4th quarter against one of the best offensive players in the state in Julia Kipperman. She's scored 3 times, the senior surpassing the 300-goal plateau earlier in the month. And off to Merrimack College next fall to play lacrosse. Hanlon awaiting Benny's opportunity, and Kipperman grabs it out of midair. And the Warriors are on the run here. Again, they have a minute to work with a player advantage. And a whistle will reset things for Kapka Thompson, number 9, who has a goal in the game. She'll run it in from the 12-meter. The Whalers desperately need a stop here to get the ball back. Down to 20 seconds left on the penalty. Clock still running. Here's Kipperman. Denied by a couple of defenders, looking for a pass. Gets it over to Powers. And deflected. Nice try by Benny to jump the passing lane, but here's Kipperman on a heap. And they'll give Kipperman a run in from the 8s here. Slight angle, so an opportunity for Ella Douglas here with 10:40 and counting. Kipperman evades. Save made by Ella Douglas, but a whistle as Kipperman dove across the lane, and she's still down on the ground. We'll take a moment here on the NSC and NCTV as they tend to Julia Kipperman. 8-6 Warriors up by 2. We'll be back.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
the Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium, it has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I'd definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
So Kipperman's on the sideline, back to live action. It was Anaya Tucker with the shot from the eights that goes wide. As play will continue, Kipperman looks okay, nothing major. Just dusted herself off after a moment on the ground, so we're glad that she is okay, obviously. And she will come back into the game as looks like a timeout called here. So we'll keep it here as, again, both teams venture over to their respective benches here. The Whalers down 8-6, but a scary moment there as Julia Kipperman went down. She scored 3 times here, the 300-plus goal scorer for the Warriors. Seems to be okay. Didn't look like much. We took a look at the replay, and she just kind of fell, and unfortunately for her, maybe the stick got in there, and she was on the ground there for a moment, but trainer Tyler gave her a quick conversation, and she popped up just moments after we cut away. So the Whalers' 9-game win streak on the line here. The Warriors have won 6 in a row coming into today's game. They come in at 7-4 overall. And the Whalers 9-0 to begin the season here. With 10:17 to go, they're going to have to rally from 2 goals down. We do have a game on the docket for tomorrow, although the weather is not looking very promising. If we do play, it'll be over at the softball fields as they take on Sturgis West. But that will likely be rescheduled. The boys lacrosse team off tomorrow afternoon. They will face a good old Rochester team. Old Rochester, the Bulldogs, number 30 in Division III. Again, the Whalers coming in the top 4. They were number 3 in Division IV for the opening power rankings. So Ella Douglas will sprint back into position in net. It'll be the Warriors to put it in. Looks like Kepka Thompson back in that far corner, near side corner with 10:17 to play. Again, the Warriors playing with a 2-goal lead. Johnson picks up Thompson around the back of the net. Far side. Johnson with a distinct height advantage, but here's Kipperman, who's back into the game, running in with a vengeance. Shot, scores. So Julia Kipperman puts the Warriors back up 3 with a sprint through the lane there. Tough physical play by Kipperman, ran through 3 defenders and found a lane in front of Ella Douglas. And not much Ella Douglas can do but to just guess where Kipperman might put it. 4-goal game for Kipperman as the Whalers once again with 9:55 to play here face a 3-goal deficit. So Louisa Benny trying to battle Julia Kipperman in the circle here. Hanlon looking for a position to try and make a run at it. Kipperman easily controls the draw and advances into the offensive end. Whalers desperately need a stop here, down 3 with 9:40 to play. Good job by Benny on defense. That's Samantha Curley behind the net, now guarded by Maya Johnson. And here's Kipperman. Makes a move to avoid one. Denied. Stays with it and draws a whistle. So once again, Julia Kipperman will have a run or a shot here from the 8-meter. And they'll give her an even better angle here. Ella Douglas needs to come up big here for the Whalers to keep in this thing. Shot, scores. Julia Kipperman adds goals number 4 and 5 here in the fourth quarter. And the Whalers look to call timeout here. And will be awarded the timeout with 8:54 to go. Again, 8:54 to go. The Warriors now with a 4-goal advantage, matching their largest lead of the game. We'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV. Come on back with the final 8:54 left in the game. Whalers' 9-game win streak in jeopardy here, down 4.
Whenever NCTV covers one of our games, I think it's awesome.
We have been able to capture so much incredible athletic history. It feels like we've been a part of it as much as the kids have been.
A lot of people have prior obligations. Maybe they can't make the event, and they still get to watch it and watch a great broadcast, see their kid playing.
It's nice for the parents, grandparents, and family that can't come or are not on the island to be able to see it, even if they can't attend in person. So I think that meant a lot to them.
The technology that we need is, it's not cheap. There are certain costs that go into this to make this happen. My hope for the broadcast is to just build.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers call timeout after Julia Kipperman does her thing, scoring her 5th goal of the game, adding to her incredible career totals. Well over 300 goals now. And the 9-game winning streak here for the Whalers in some serious trouble with just 8:54 to go, down 4. And again, Kipperman in the circle here has only lost one of these draws. And the Whalers win one here. Pass deflected, however, and scooped up by the Warriors. Kapka Thompson as Kipperman forces the turnover. Good defense by Hanlon. But called slightly too aggressive as Thompson will put it back into play here. Pass deflected and a shove, no call. Shot goes wide, but the Whalers are back there. And they will get the hustle play here as Maya Johnson will look to begin the clear as the clock continues to run, 7:45 and counting. Whalers down 4. Johnson, tough pass off the stick. And out of bounds back to the Warriors. Powers gets it into the offensive side of things. There's a run in, jarred loose, and a whistle. Should be a run from the 12 meter. Yeah, in between that 8 and 12. So Sophia Callahan will get a free run from the 12s here. And she'll pass it up. Good cut by Kipperman. Save made by Ella Douglas. Point blank. And a tough pass, but that'll draw a whistle. As Kipperman whistled for the infraction. And the way, yeah, they're going to have to give it back to Sophia Sullivan, I believe. She'll have to at least put it in here. Again, clock still running. And here's Maya Johnson. She puts it into second gear and gets it across midfield. Pass in front. Here's an opportunity. Benny hits the post. Good hustle by Maya Johnson to save the possession, however. Going to have some sense of urgency here as the Whalers going to have to be very efficient on offense and get something quick here to hang in. Down 4. As Whalers got to work it around here a little bit, get some offense going, approaching 5.5 minutes. Damian surveying. She has been relatively quiet here on offense today. No scores, only a couple of shots. Here's Hanlon looking for somebody in front. Nothing doing. Switches places with Damian. And switches again, gets a good screen. Unable to work it. Slight hesitation. And she loses it but draws a whistle. And Grace Hanlon will get an opportunity to run in here from the 8. Whalers desperately need a goal here as we approach 5 minutes to play here in the 4th. Trying to mount a valiant comeback here in the 4th quarter, down 4 goals. Hanlon, low shot, save made. Bunch of dirt on the stick in front of the goal mount. That deep pass is somehow grabbed by Kipperman in between 2 defenders. As Kipperman continues the sprint in, all the way behind net. And a wide open Lucy Powers pass shot was deflected, and the Whalers are back there. Unable to gain the possession, however, so with 4:15 to go, the Warriors can use some clock here. A goal here would pretty much ice it for Nauset. Good communication by the Whalers on defense. Powers picked up by Maya Johnson. Under 4 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Again, good defense, pass deflected, and Benny was just some thievery there. And she is on the run for Nantucket, cross midfield. Whalers with numbers if they want it, and they need it. Here's Damian. Pass over, nice grab by Paul. Paul back out front to Hanlon. So an infraction, 3 seconds called on Colby Jane Shipman. She'll come outside the 12s, and Hanlon will get a chance here. Benny in front. Shot goes high. Whalers are there, but Benny with her stick down got whacked there, but no whistle on that. Oh, I stand corrected. She does draw a whistle, and we'll get a run in here from the 8s. As the clock continues to tick, close to 2 minutes now, Whalers down 4. So an absolute necessity as she gets tripped up again, they'll run it again. But time now becoming an issue with down to 2:10 to play as Benny sprints to the 8 to get it set up. She runs in, shot, save made, and that will all but do it for the Whalers' hopes in winning their 10th game in a row as the Nauset Warriors will lose it here in the corner. Paul runs in all the way through the zone, unable to get a clean shot. Here's Benny. She gets blasted. That's got to be a card. But not the case as the clock continues to tick down to 1:30 left here in what has turned out to be a great game. Just not quite enough offense for the Whalers. Benny loses it again, and Swanson scoops. Benny complaining about a hit to the head, no whistle. And guess what? Julia Kipperman gets the pass and will run it into the offensive end, and the Warriors can run off the final minute. They will move to 8-4 here. The Whalers suffer their first loss of the season. Warriors avenge an early season defeat off island, so each team winning on the other team's home field. 45 seconds left to go. Still a phenomenal start to the season for the Whalers. They will, in all likelihood, stay in that top 8, which would mean a couple of home playoff games once we get to that point. And the Warriors just kind of playing a little keep away here for the final 20 seconds. So again, we will see about tomorrow's game on the softball diamond. Looks like the weather will delay that, postpone that game as the final few seconds tally off. Julia Kipperman and the Warriors come into Nantucket. Kipperman scores 5 to pace the Warriors to a victory. They move to 8-4. Whalers drop their first game of the season. Under Coach Brown, they move to 9-1. Thanks very much for joining us here on a dreary afternoon, a great afternoon of high-quality high school lacrosse here as the Warriors celebrate on Vito Capizzo Stadium. Again, first loss for Coach Kelly Brown and the Whalers here on the season. They will get back to action here very shortly. The boys are off island tomorrow. They face the old Rochester Bulldogs. Thanks very much for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. Thanks to Pavlin Alexia for running the camera as our student operator. Sophia Reese taking over for Charles Douglas. You can catch all the riveting television of the select board meeting on Channel 8 and on YouTube as well. So for those of you that are switching over to that, thanks very much for joining us here. Whalers fall for the first time in the 25-26 season, the 26th season here, and move to 9-1, 10-6. Our final, the Warriors head home victorious.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.